Hello and welcome to Algebra 1 Practice Set 26. In this video, we're going to look at some additional practice problems for our lesson on the product and power rules for exponents. All right, so we want to simplify, and we're going to start out with, inside of parentheses, we have negative y cubed times, we have negative yx squared, and this whole thing is raised to the third power. So remember, one of your power rules tells you that if you have a product that's raised to a power, you can raise each of the factors to that power. So I can break this up into, first off, I have a negative outside of this y cubed. Now, one thing that you're probably going to get confused on right away, remember, when you have negative 2 like this and it's squared, it's not the same or it's not equal to negative 2 inside of parentheses being squared. There's no parentheses around this negative y, so it's not negative y raised to the third power. So essentially, the way you treat this is as a negative 1 being multiplied by y cubed. And then times, we have a negative outside. Again, there's no parentheses, so I'm going to put another negative 1. And then times, we have y, and then times x squared. I'm going to be raising each of these to the power of 3. So that means negative 1 is going to get raised to the power of 3. Y cubed is going to get raised to the power of 3. Negative 1 again is going to get raised to the power of 3. Y is going to get raised to the power of 3. And then x squared is going to get raised to the power of 3. So negative 1 cubed is negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. That's negative 1. Then times, we have y cubed, and then that's cubed. So we use our power to power rule. That tells us to keep the base the same, so y is going to stay the same, and multiply the exponents. So 3 times 3 is 9. Then we have negative 1 cubed again. We know that's negative 1. And then we have y cubed, so times y cubed. And then times, we have x squared, and then that's raised to the third power, or that's cubed. So again, power to power rule. So we'll keep x, the base, the same. Multiply the exponents. 2 times 3 is 6. Now, negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. So this whole thing is going to be positive. The next thing is we have y to the 9th power times y cubed. So y to the 9th power times y cubed. And I know I can simplify that. And then times x to the 6th power. So y to the 9th power times y cubed. So what I can do is keep that base the same and add exponents. So 9 plus 3 would be 12. So this part would simplify to y to the 12th power. And then we have times x to the 6th power. So I'm just going to write y to the 12th, x to the 6th. All right, now we're going to look at, inside of our parentheses, we have a to the 4th power, b cubed, times b, a squared. Now this whole thing is raised to the third power, or again, you could say that's cubed. So when you have a product that's raised to a power, remember, you can take this and raise each factor individually to that power. So what I'm going to have is, let me write these out separately. I have a to the 4th power times b cubed times b times a squared. Now I can go through before I even do this operation, and I can simplify because I have a and I have a, and then I have b and I have b. Or you can raise each individually to the third power and then it doesn't really matter. You get the same answer either way. So what I'm going to do is raise each to the third power. So what do I get? A to the 4th power raised to the third power. A stays the same. Multiply exponents. 4 times 3 is 12. Then times b to the 3rd power raised to the 3rd power. B stays the same, multiply exponents. 3 times 3 is 9. Then you have b to the 3rd power, so times b to the 3rd power. Then times a squared raised to the 3rd power. We have a, that stays the same. 2 times 3 is 6. So now I can simplify further because in this case and this case, I have the same base and I'm multiplying. So a to the 12th power times a to the 6th power. A stays the same. And we add exponents. So 12 plus 6 is 18. And then we're multiplying this by, we have b to the 9th power times b to the 3rd power. B stays the same, and we add exponents. 9 plus 3 is 12. So you end up with a to the 18th power, b to the 12th power. And again, there's other ways that you could have got to that answer. You could have simplified inside the parentheses first. Let's do it that way real quick. So the first thing I would do is, let's say I go and say, okay, well, a to the 4th power times a squared would be a to the 6th power. A stays the same, add exponents. 4 plus 2 is 6. Then b cubed times b would be b to the 4th power. Remember, when you have something and there's no visible exponent, it's understood to be 1. So this would be b to the power of 3 plus 1, or 4. And this whole thing is cubed. So now it makes it a little bit simpler for me, because I have a to the 6th power, that's cubed. So then that's a stays the same, 6 times 3 is 18. Then b to the 4th power, that's cubed. B stays the same, 4 times 3 is 12. Again, a to the 18th power, b to the 12th power. Let's take a look at this one. We have inside of parentheses u squared v cubed. Then this is squared, and we're multiplying by negative v u cubed. Okay, so let's work on this first. So power to power rule. I have u squared that's being squared. So u squared being squared, and we can write it like this to start to just make it clear. Then we have times v cubed, and that's being squared. We're multiplying it by, I have a negative out in front. So I can keep that as a negative out in front, or to make it clear, I can just write negative 1 times v times u cubed. So power to power rule here. U squared squared, keep u the same, and multiply exponents. 2 times 2 is 4. Then times. We have v cubed, and that's squared. Again, power to power rule. So v stays the same, multiply exponents. 3 times 2 is 6. Then times, we have negative 1 times v times u cubed. Now we can use our product rule for exponents. So I have u to the 4th power times u cubed. So u stays the same, and we add exponents. 4 plus 3 is 7. Then next I have v to the 6th power times v. Now, again, if you don't have anything there, it's understood to have an exponent of 1. So that would be v to the power of 6 plus 1, which is 7. And then you have this negative 1. So I can write just a negative out in front, or I can write negative 1. It doesn't really matter. It means the same thing. So you end up with a negative u to the 7th, v to the 7th. All right, what if I had, inside of parentheses, 2ab to the 4th power times 2b squared times negative b to the 4th power, and this whole thing is squared. All right, so let's kind of break this down individually. So we have 2 times a times b to the 4th power times 2 times b squared times, now again, pay close attention here, you have this negative that sits out in front of b to the 4th power. There are no parentheses here. This is not like this. So when this occurs, just do yourself a favor and write times negative 1 times b to the 4th power. That way you don't make a silly sign mistake. Now, everything here is going to be raised to the 2nd power. So I'm going to raise 2 to the 2nd power, a to the 2nd power, b to the 4th to the 2nd power, 2 again to the 2nd power, b squared to the 2nd power, negative 1 to the 2nd power, and b to the 4th to the 2nd power. Now, 2 squared, I can keep that way, or I can write it as 4, but really you're meant to combine these two together. So you think about this, the base is the same, which is 2, and you add exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4. Then here I have a squared, and there's no other a over here, so I'm just going to write that. Here I have b to the 4th power, and then it's squared. So keep b the same, and multiply the exponents. So 4 times 2 is 8. And then I have b squared, and then that's squared, so keep b the same, multiply the exponents. 2 times 2 is 4. And then I'm going to skip over this one for a second and just go to this one. So b to the 4th power, and that's squared. So keep b the same, multiply exponents. 4 times 2 is 8. So now I have b to the 8th, b to the 4th, and b to the 8th. If I'm multiplying those together, I would just keep b the same and add the exponents. So 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. So this would be b to the 20th power. And then I have this negative 1 here. Negative 1 is squared. The negative and the 1 are inside of parentheses. So that would be negative 1 times negative 1, which is positive 1. 1 times anything is just itself. So we leave this as our simplified answer. 2 to the 4th power times a squared times b to the 20th. Some teachers might want you to evaluate 2 to the 4th power. I never would ask for that. I think that would be a perfectly acceptable answer. And again, another thing you could have done to make this a little easier on yourself is to simplify before you even did anything. So inside the parentheses, if I just said, okay, I have 2 and I have 2. So I know that's going to be 2 to the 2nd power, or I could put 4. Really, for the purposes of working with exponents, we put 2 to the 2nd power for right now. Then I only have one single a. I have b to the 4th power. I have b squared. And remember, I'm treating this negative as something separate. So b to the 4th power, b squared, and b to the 4th power. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. So b to the 10th power. And then I would just have this negative that I would put out in front as negative 1 times. So then enclose this inside of parentheses and say this is squared. And really just everything would be raised to the 2nd power. So that negative 1 would be raised to the 2nd power. The 2 squared would be raised to the 2nd power. So 2 squared raised to the 2nd power would be 2. 2 times 2 would be 4. A would be raised to the 2nd power, so that's a squared. And b to the 10th would be raised to the 2nd power. So b stays the same. 10 times 2 is 20. So you get the same answer. Once you simplify this, negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. You'd have 2 to the 4th power, a squared, b to the 20th. Now, one thing that some of you are going to say is, hey, there was no parentheses around this. How did you get negative 1 squared inside of parentheses? Well, I have this number right here that actually is inside of this set of parentheses. The exponent is outside of that. Okay? Where we run into problems if we have something like negative 1 squared like that. This number right here is 2b squared. In other words, if I thought about this kind of more logically, really all this is saying is give me this twice. So I could write this as negative 1 times 2 squared times a times b to the 10th times itself again. Negative 1 times 2 squared times a times b to the 10th. So if I go through and simplify here, everything is just multiplication, so I can really just get rid of these parentheses. Just put some multiplication signs in to make that clear. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. 2 squared times 2 squared is 2 to the 4th power. A times a is a squared. B to the 10th times b to the 10th is b to the 20th. So again, you get the same answer. 2 to the 4th power, a to the 2nd, or a squared, b to the 20th. So again, if I have negative 1, and it's inside of the parentheses here, it's telling me that I have 2 factors of that negative 1, just like I see here. Here's a factor, here's a factor. So please understand that. Very important to know moving forward. All right, what about 3x cubed y squared times negative x to the 4th y cubed? All right, so to simplify here, I have a 3 that's out in front. Nothing to really do with that. I have an x cubed, and then I have a negative out in front of an x to the 4th power. Again, this negative right here is not part of this deal. You think of this as just negative 1 hanging out in front of x to the 4th power. That's what I'm going to write, a big negative 1 there. So to simplify, x cubed times x to the 4th power is x to the 7th power. Y squared times y cubed is y to the 5th power. And I basically have a negative 1 that's just multiplying all of them. So I can put times negative 1, or generally what we do is we just put a negative out in front. Because if I multiplied by negative 1, it would just be negative. So negative 3x to the 7th, y to the 5th. What about something like 7x over 3y, and this is squared? Well, everything is going to be squared. So the 7 is squared, the x is squared, over the 3 is squared, and the y is squared. So 7 squared, which you could write as 49 if you wanted to. So you think of this as 49x squared over 3 squared, which you could say is 9, y squared. Again, when I work in a section with exponents, I just kind of keep everything with exponents. Your teacher might want you to write it like this, 49x squared over 9y squared. And moving forward, we're going to write things in that manner. I just want to kind of keep it that way because, again, we're working with exponents. All right, let's take a look at one more. We have x cubed z to the 4th n squared over 7 y cubed to the 5th. And then this is all raised to the 7th power. So everything is raised to the 7th power. So x cubed is raised to the 7th power. Z to the 4th is raised to the 7th power. N squared is raised to the 7th power. And this is over 7, that's raised to the 7th power. Y, that's raised to the 7th power. And q to the 5th power is raised to the 7th power. So x cubed to the 7th power is x to the 21st power. Right? You take x and you leave it the same, multiply exponents. 3 times 7 is 21. Then z to the 4th power, raised to the 7th power. Z stays the same. And then 4 times 7 is 28. N squared, raised to the 7th power. N stays the same, multiply exponents. 2 times 7 is 14. This is over. We have 7 to the 7th power. We have y to the 7th power. And then we have q to the 5th power raised to the 7th power. So q stays the same. 5 times 7 is 35. So we end up with x to the 21st, z to the 28th, n to the 14th, over 7 to the 7th, y to the 7th, q to the 35th.